Where do you go for a holiday if you've seen it all? For a growing number of people, the answer is North Korea. Most of us know it only from news reports, military parades, stern leaders, stories of hardship. So why do thousands of Westerners visit every year? For many, it's pure curiosity, a desire to see the world's most isolated country firsthand. This is extreme tourism, not for relaxation, but for an unforgettable, unsettling experience. The journey starts before you even land. You can't just book a flight. Every trip is arranged through a state-approved tour company. You travel in a group with a fixed itinerary and two government guides who never leave your side. There's no room for spontaneity. Every moment is managed, every interaction observed. You're both a spectator and part of the show, watched as much as you watch. Even simple questions or photos can feel loaded with political meaning. The whole trip is a tightrope walk between genuine connection and state-sponsored theater. The tension, what's real, what's staged, makes the experience so compelling. North Korea is a living museum, a psychological puzzle set among immense monuments and socialist art. It's a holiday destination unlike any other on Earth. You're constantly trying to figure out what's authentic and what's performance. The rules are absolute, the atmosphere surreal. For those who go, it's not about comfort, it's about stepping into the unknown. In North Korea, you're guaranteed a story you'll never forget, and that's exactly what draws people in. North Korea wasn't always open to tourists. For decades after 1948, it was sealed off, visited only by communist allies and official delegations. The first hint of tourism came in the 1980s when the government needed foreign currency. The Ryuhangsa Tourism Bureau began organizing tightly controlled tours, mostly in Pyongyang. Visitors saw grand monuments and model farms, never the real hardships. The real shift came after the Soviet Union collapsed in the 1990s. Facing famine and economic crisis, North Korea partnered with foreign travel agencies. Tours were marketed as unique adventures into the Hermit Kingdom. This was a calculated risk. More outsiders meant more eyes, but also more money and propaganda opportunities. Every aspect of a tourist visit was curated to project strength and stability. Tourists saw clean streets and happy children, not poverty or prison camps. Tourism became both a source of income and a tool for shaping the country's image. The regime could control what visitors saw and what the world heard. For North Korea, tourism was never just about visitors, it was about narrative. The country opened its doors just enough to let the world see what it wanted them to see. And for many, that glimpse was enough to spark a fascination that endures today. Visiting North Korea means living by strict, unbreakable rules. You're never alone. Your guides decide where you go, what you see. Even when you eat, wandering off is forbidden. Photography is tightly controlled. Monuments are fine, but anything hinting at poverty or the military is off limits. Guides check your photos to ensure you're following the rules. The most sacred rule, absolute respect for the country's leaders. Bow at statues, handle newspapers with care, never disrespect the leadership. Even a careless fold in a newspaper can be seen as an insult. These rules are about control over what you see, do, and even think. The government's greatest fear is losing control of its narrative. For tourists, following the rules isn't just about politeness, it's about safety. The bubble created by these restrictions is a carefully constructed reality. In North Korea, the line between tourist and actor is always blurred. North Korea's rigidity leads to some bizarre tourist moments. One visitor asked for Kim Jong-un's haircut as a souvenir. The barber was horrified. The guides panicked. That style is reserved for the leader. Requesting it was seen as mockery, not flattery. The tourist got a stern lecture and a standard haircut instead. Even small acts can be misinterpreted. Another tourist bought a stamp book and carefully removed a stamp of Kim Il-sung for his journal. Hotel staff discovered it, and the guides launched an interrogation. What seemed like admiration was viewed as defacement. Only after hours of apologies was the tourist believed. In North Korea, even innocent gestures can be seen as subversive. These incidents highlight the cultural chasm and the constant need for caution. Every action is loaded with meaning you might not understand until it's too late. The strangeness of North Korea seeps into every part of the trip. A visit to Pyongyang's department store feels staged, fully stocked but eerily empty, with staff standing at attention. Locals rarely buy. Tourists with foreign currency are the real customers. The whole place feels like a set, a performance of prosperity. Even leisure activities, bowling alleys, fun fairs seem orchestrated. Laughter feels forced, crowds suspiciously well-timed. Are these real locals or extras for your benefit? The line between reality and theatre is always blurred. Guides insist everything is genuine, but your instincts say otherwise. The constant sense of performance is mentally exhausting. You're always second-guessing what you see. In North Korea, you're a participant in a grand play, never sure of your role or anyone else's. The experience is as much psychological as it is physical. North Korean tourism is state propaganda in action. Every site, from the Yush Tower to war museums, tells a story of strength and loyalty. Guides deliver the official narrative with unwavering conviction. Challenging their claims is pointless. Every answer is rehearsed. The mass games are the ultimate spectacle. 100,000 performers, perfect synchronization, revolutionary imagery. It's breathtaking and unsettling, a display of collective discipline and state power. The individual disappears into the crowd, personal identity erased. For tourists, it's awe-inspiring but chilling. You witness both artistic achievement and powerful indoctrination. The beauty and terror of the mass games mirror the country itself. In North Korea, every tourist is an audience to a carefully crafted show. North Korean tourism has evolved. In the 2000s, tours expanded beyond Pyongyang to ancient cities and scenic mountains, aiming to attract more visitors and currency. Social media changed the game. By 2013, tourists could bring phones and share filtered glimpses online. Kim Jong-un pushed for modern resorts and luxury hotels, trying to project a modern image. These projects are symbols of progress, meant to counter the country's reputation for poverty. But tourism is fragile. Political tensions and global crises can shut the borders overnight. The Ebola outbreak and COVID-19 pandemic halted tourism for years. The industry exists at the whim of the state. The doors can slam shut at any moment. As of September 2025, the borders are only just reopening. North Korea's tourism story is one of constant change and constant control. The allure remains, but so does the uncertainty. Visiting North Korea raises tough ethical questions. Your money goes straight to the regime, potentially funding repression or weapons. Critics say tourism props up a brutal system. Others argue that even limited contact with outsiders can plant seeds of change. Guides exposed to foreigners may glimpse new ideas, however briefly. Some see tourism as soft diplomacy, a crack in the wall of isolation. Genuine moments of connection do happen beyond the propaganda. For some, these fleeting interactions justify the trip. Ultimately, there's no easy answer. A visit to North Korea is a political act, forcing you to confront your own values. It's a journey that challenges your conscience as much as your perceptions. So why do people still go? North Korea is one of the last true unknowns, a forbidden blank spot on the map. The urge to see it firsthand is powerful, a badge of honor for the adventurous. The experience is unique, not relaxing, but unforgettable and intense. The constant tension between performance and reality leaves a lasting mark. Travelers return with stories few can believe. They've stepped into a parallel universe. The trip forces deep introspection, challenging your assumptions about freedom and truth. You see hardship and devotion, propaganda and genuine pride. It's confusing, confronting, and thought-provoking. North Korean tourism is deeply flawed and morally ambiguous, yet it offers a rare glimpse into the world's most secretive society. For some, that contradiction is irresistible. It's the wild, weird, and unforgettable holiday at the edge of the world.